Why is Leffen trending? What did he do? Are you kidding me? What is this stupid bullshit? This video decides the entire fate of the Smash community. Evidence.zip 2. What the fuck is this stupid bullshit? Why did Leffen used to use an avatar of Light Yagami from Death Note back in 2016? If you understand who Light Yagami is, then it makes sense. What do you mean? Lastly, I'll show you an example of psychopathy. The fact that Levin used to state that he is really mean in his social media bio is an indicator of psychopathy in itself, but I want to give you a real-world example. When I beat Levin at Genesis 7, by the way, I beat Levin, I was wearing a red pair of Adidas pants with white stripes on them. These pants would become synonymous with my run at the tournament. Would they? A few months after Genesis 7 came out, someone sent me a picture of Leffen wearing a red Adidas t-shirt with white stripes on its sleeve while editing a digital controller's button layout. Again, this wasn't a coincidence. It was a psychopath's way of showing that he wants revenge? What? Totalitarianism? Most notable oh, he's the guy who made Box. Is this just a fucking ad? He put the Adolf Hitler in the PDF! I understand that he hurt his wrist, but did he also hurt his brain? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? What is this now? You can always make an impact is because when someone makes a bad tweet, you can always make a visible reply to it. When enough people... He's saying he's doing a fascism because he's blocking people? What is this fucking Conway's Game of Life shit? What are these X's and O's? Why do you people always, and I mean always, have an anime fucking profile picture of fucking Dragon Ball Super, no less? In addition to manipulating large crowd, Leffen also hunts down anyone who agrees with him on practically anything. He is known to quote retweet people with microscopic followings as to embarrass them. I mean, yeah, the dude had an anime profile. You're open to that dunk. Quote RTing people is kind of, when you're like verified and shit, that's always kind of bad, but like literally everyone does that. So it's not like he's a fucking psychopath for doing the thing that everyone else is already doing that's also kind of fucked up. It's not the same thing. Like, how am I supposed to... Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Why did Leffen used to use an avatar of Light Yagami from Death Note back in 2016? If you understand who Light Yagami is, then it makes all too much sense when you consider everything else that I've told you. Light is a brilliant high school student on the outside, but an infamous political criminal on the inside, whose goal is to become the god of the new world. He's able to remain undetected for many years by outwitting everyone in his way. Essentially, Death Note is the story of a totalitarian regime that ends up casting darkness over the entire world. Many studies have shown that one's personality can accurately be inferred from their social media avatar. You gonna cite a source on that? And I'm sure that's supposed to mean, like, if that source is real, I'm sure it's supposed to mean, like, the facial expression they're making. Not what fucking anime character they like. My fucking anime character profile on Discord is fucking Asuka from Evangelion. I just think she's cool. Leffen doesn't want to Death Note people, he just thinks Light Yagami is cool because he is! Through the use of modern technology and a good understanding of crowd psychology, it is actually possible to create a Death Note nowadays, and people need to be wary of that! What is he talking about? If you look at the avatars and professional photos that Leffen has used over the years, there is something in common with many of them. They are pitch black! Pitch black in terms of not only color but tone as well. He's used avatars of demonic characters. Pictures of him grinning deviously, facing away from the character while wearing a long black trench coat, being covered in shadows, etc. I almost said the sex community. What the fuck? The Smash community lets Leffen play this off as though it's a villain persona. But what they fail to realize is that all this started long before he was anyone relevant in the scene. Ever since Leffen's very first Smash Bros. Avatar, he's presented himself in this way. The reason I act like a douche on the internet is because I enjoy seeing people rage over the internet. It colors these empty words. Leffen, 2012, 10 years ago. Leffen is technically not a dark triad, but a dark tetrad? Tetrid? It adds sadism to the wanting to make people mad on the internet doesn't make you a sadist. He's projecting. Oh, in reference to hacks. You're just gonna... Oh, yeah. In reference to hacks. Don't pretend this isn't in reference to you. Wait, this guy's saying that Leffen literally called him a stalker. And he's putting this in there like, oh, he called me a stalker. 'Cause you're a stalker! Evidence.zip. Oh wow, a whole bunch of stuff literally 10 years old. He also implied that I take LSD, which I never have! Okay. Armada. Oh shit, Armada. Fucking. Did Armada know about the type of shit that was in this document where they literally compare him to Hitler? He's a chronic liar that always tries to make himself look better and at the same time destroy the other person's image. At one point, he basically told me in another Swedish Smasher that he thinks humans should not show as respect towards each other as they does most of the time. Proofreading. Proofread it. We're supposed to take this seriously. Proofread it. Huge chance we will lose a lot of great people coming to more events because their first impression of the community is so bad that they don't want to return again. Let me tell you about a little thing I know about Armada. Now I want to show you a little video. Pat really hates Melee players. This is just from a podcast. 300,000 views. This entire thing is about how Armada quit a tournament because his controller wasn't broken enough. Armada, dude, you're also a part of why people make fun of this game. Political adversaries thus far? Political adversaries thus far. Definitely not me, the person writing this. Socioeconomic resource transfer, the act of engaging in amoral manipulation in order to extract fame and fortune from one's community. What is this? Totalitarian tiptoe? This dude's citing fucking dictionary definitions for his weird parasite, like, pseudo-psychology. Yes, he used light Yagami from Death Note. He is a psychopath. Multiple studies have shown that this is real and you can do this, but he doesn't like the study. Oh, is this all because he said something bad about his controller? Oh my god. The crazy part is that in January, Leffen launched not one, but 2 political cons at me. Political. Tweeted that he'd be live streaming a review of a box he just got in the mail. This was yet another tiptoe, just like when Leffen tiptoed by announcing Levo. He was now tiptoeing once again. What do you mean? He can't look at your product? Without it being without him being a Stalin Hitler? What the fuck is the totalitarian tiptoe? We have to yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's gonna start pulling out like super, like way more obscure, like fucking like Russian political figures. Like he's a Trotsky, he's a Lenin, he's a Menshevik. I can't find the totalitarian tiptoe. Fuck. He's a trot. The act of gradually encroaching on people's rights rather than abruptly encroaching as to not raise eyebrows. Using your controller is encroaching on your rights? They're both kind of fingerprint. He said, okay, fingerprint magnet. I feel like some of these buttons are too high up. A billion small cuts. He's encroaching on his rights. Within the first few minutes of Leffen's review, it becomes pretty obvious that he's tricked people into watching a stream of him ripping into the box the entire time. I don't actually care about the comments you heard him making just now, but the comments that came afterwards are the ones that would end up causing huge problems. For me, I may actually swap R and Z so that I can L cancel with R, because I think L canceling with R is better than with a light press. A lot of people may not agree with me, but I'm very sure about it. Leffen had begun to spout factually incorrect information about L canceling in Melee. He was then using that information to tell people that the box is designed incorrectly, and that 2 of its button locations should be swapped? He's talking about himself! To show you what I mean, here's a diagram of the box's button layout. The buttons being highlighted in blue are called home row. Bro, home row, you're already losing me. Are you serious? Just let people remap their buttons. This whole thing is supposed to be comfortable for your hands. What if that's not comfortable for my hands? If you can't make it accessible to people, if you're gonna make a fucking call-out post, like, you've failed. Tendons of the hand, I have a lot of experience with my own hand tendons. The first attempt to correct Leffen was made just a few minutes later. No one in Leffen's chat had contested what Leffen was saying, despite it being, who cares? This whole thing just because he gave his controller a bad review. God, what is this? What is this? Oh god.
This is because just as sexual predators can live among us, the Dark Triad can live among us too. This is because just as sexual predators can live among us, the Dark Triad can live among us too.
I wish I had a face cam. It's just a marketing ploy. Exactly. Like, that, I knew that the second I found out this is the guy who made the box. Especially because the second page is the fucking box logo. Yeah, the 4th page is the fucking box. If anything, this is like a marketing ploy for Hitbox. Because Hitbox is way more popular. Is this like controlled opposition? Yeah, that's That's the reason why he made Box, because he was originally working on Hitbox, and then shit happened. I don't know what happened. It's kind of disputed. Otake quit in the Melee community that same night. I later asked him if he was really dumb, and he confirmed it was because, according to him, Leffen had ruined the community. Compared Leffen to Trump, and he did a Hitler-Stalin Trump, in the sense that they both cultivate ignorance in their audiences and plan out everything politically in ways that people don't see. What? Is this gonna be like a Russiagate thing? Like, at the end of this, is this gonna be like Leffen spent 6 months in Russia? I wonder why. Remember when I said that if Leffen were to throw a narcissistic tantrum like this one nowadays, it would cause serious problems? Yeah, this was literally almost translate myself. Say, oh my god, Vladimir Lenin quote! Is that even a real quote? Box controller exposed, gone sexual. This was when things got even weirder. Leffen clarified that he had no malicious intent, but that he had made contact with the engineer who I was working with at the time. To be clear, Leffen lives in Sweden. My engineer lives an hour away from me in New Jersey. When I saw Leffen's tweet, I realized that he had formed a strategic relationship. Anti-box propaganda. Is he a furry? Triangulation psychology. Works by infiltrating a social circle. As a third party, he disrupts communications. This is the same as an abusive partner. Anti-box propaganda. Wait, what? Leffen posted logs of a private conversation I had with him in 2016 in which I came to him with a confession. I had been suffering from PTSD for 3 years at the time and I needed help. This PTSD resulted from the chronic harassment and stalking I had been subject to in 2011 and 2012, and it had been causing me severe insomnia. The reason I used to have this PTSD is because I didn't understand psychopathy back then when I was a teenager, and so I didn't understand why someone was stalking me so obsessively. Apparently, when I gave Leffen this information, he viewed it as a way to stalk me again in the future while blackmailing me. It's still probably the most evil thing I've ever witnessed. He realizes that the problem with just saying, like, oh, he's projecting, oh, he's a stalker, oh, whatever, is that when you just say, oh, he's projecting, he's evil, you can just turn around and say, you're projecting, actually, and you don't have a response to, you just can't have a response to that. Narcissism and the hero and victim complex. Isn't that what's happening, where you are painting yourself as the hero and that the entire community is the victim? Isn't that doing a Stalin, Hitler, Trotsky? One of the many reasons to dislike Hungrybox? Leffen's usage of the common enemy strategy began in 2017 when he realized how good of a target Hungrybox was. Hungrybox's popularity started to dip after the Big House 7 because of how much he'd been winning at the time, which made him vulnerable. Leffen had been knocked out of this tournament by HBox, but his post-game interview indicated that he had nothing but good things to say about him. I lacked focus, and sometimes I just died, especially against HBox. I played well overall, but then during edge guards and when he approaches with Pound, I would just let up for a second, and then he destroys you. He's really amazing at noticing your weak points and instantly killing you for it. People still seem to think that the Leffen HBox beef was just some run-of-the-mill beef, but there was so much more to it than that. That Leffen HBox beef was a calculated attempt to end HBox's career that took place right in front of everybody's eyes? It would also cause extreme damage to the community, as Leffen's cons usually do. I was able to recognize that all of this would happen from the start, having been on Leffen's hit list for years. The problem was that nobody else did. What happened here was Leffen decided that if he couldn't beat HBox, then a viable way to dispose of him was to destroy his reputation and push him out of the community? What did he do, though? What? That's a compliment. This is a compliment. This is a compliment. That's a compliment. He's complimenting him. What do you mean? He's saying he's killing Melee because he's so good. That's a compliment. If I say like, oh yeah, fuck it. I mean, who's good at Third Strike right now? Oh yeah, EXO is killing Third Strike. That's a compliment because that guy plays every character in the fucking game to like a crazy degree. One of the many reasons to dislike HBox. Released propaganda in the form of a video called One of the Many Reasons to Dislike HBox. The video depicted HBox as the devil. Not only is the thought of Leffen accusing anyone of being mean towards new players comical, but if you actually look into how Leffen treated Snowy behind the scenes, it becomes clear that Snowy was used. On July 19th, 2018, Leffen referred to Snowy as his slave on Twitter. It's like a joke, man. And on January 7th, 2019, Leffen looked to silence Snowy by speaking positively about Jigglypuff. That's what I mean. You can't say anything about anything without it being a Nazi Stalin Hitler. Exactly. He's saying so much of Leffen's life because he's like stalking him that he's connecting so many dots that aren't there. Snowy also told me that Leffen was highly abusive towards him and repeatedly called him the R word off stream. Yeah, okay, just say that then. Like, if that's real, that's shitty. You can't put that in the same document as calling him Hitler. Yeah, just normal shit, just having Hitler quotes on hand. That's normal. Leffen gaslit HBox by refusing to give him a handshake? Who won? Who won here? Did HBox win? I mean, did Leffen lose? You don't have to give a handshake if you lost. That's kind of like FGC people talk about that. They're like, yeah, if you beat someone, just you don't have to offer the handshake. Oh, is this the video of the crab? Let's go, the crab. But Leffen is to blame for HBox having a crab thrown at him at Pound 2019. Leffen incited violence without ever directly inciting violence. He puppeteered the HBox con from start to finish, and no one connected the dots. When Leffen told the crowd to roar, they roared. Fuck. And when Leffen told the crowd to sit, they sat. The most incredible part is that Leffen ended up leveraging all of this into a hero narrative. The community either never realized how Leffen had mobilized them or never had the courage to speak up against it, so they accepted his hatred as the new normal. Dude, fucking Leffen is literally doing fucking pogroms against HBox. Years of research! Do your research! New Smash title had come out, which presented Leffen with another huge opportunity, realizing how easy it would be to craft a hero narrative within the Melee community. The thing you're definitely not doing. You're definitely not painting a hero narrative of yourself. Any other content creator would have simply created content to profit off of the release of the new Smash title, but Leffen is always willing to take things a step further, so what he needed was a new hero narrative. Because hero narratives always come down to someone else's downfall, Leffen needed to pick a new target. Is he a Stalin Hitler Nazi because he didn't like Ultimate? A lot of people don't like Ultimate. Political adversaries thus far, hacks, HBox, both start with H. You know what else starts with H? Hitler. Publicity stunts, chillin', instill fear. Salem, self-heroize. Mobilize people. What is this? Characteristics of a dystopian society? He's the Hitler, Stalin, Nazi, Trump? Maoist? He's a Maoist?